Hi everybody, it's Raina here and I'm doing a vlog showing a gig that we're gonna do. So I'm getting ready right now to do the gig, and first things first, we have to pack the car and get River ready to stay with my sister while we go and do this gig. So I've got my mermaid top on here and we're packing everything. I don't have any makeup or anything yet, so this is gonna be my little behind the scenes. I hope you enjoy it and bear with me. It's been a while since I've made a vlog. I'm reuniting myself with this technology, so. All right, we've got all the gear here, and we have a toddler who's running down the hallway. It's a whole different ball game doing mermaid gigs when you have a kid. To carry a lot of our gear, there's growing up with mermaids being normal. He's just lounging.
Good job, cowboy.
Alright, so we are on our way to my sister's to drop River off. We've got the car packed with all the mermaid gear. I have my mermaid top on under this. It's going to be about an hour and a half drive to where we're going, and I'm gonna do my makeup and my wig while I'm there, like on the road, just to save time. Too hard to do it with the toddler and then pack the car and leave, so we'll wait until he's there. So in order to get River organized, it's like getting a gig organized. I have to have all of his gear and everything so that he's good for the 5 or 6 hours he's going to be with my sister, and then I need to get all of our stuff organized. And of course there's all this behind the scenes of emailing back and forth with the client. Okay, so we just dropped off River. I wanted to get some footage of showing him, but it wasn't going to work trying to get everything out. And we are now on the road. It's 11:45. Our gig for our shift starts at 2. Mimi and Nessie are going to be there in 15. No, actually, they're there now. They're going to be in the water in 15 minutes, and they're doing a 2-hour shift, and then we're taking over. Sean is dealing with a health issue at the moment, so he's very light sensitive. He's going to be wearing sunglasses for this video. It's not because he thinks he's super cool. He actually doesn't normally wear sunglasses ever. But I think they look sexy. What we're going to do now is grab some food along the way. It's an hour and a 15-minute drive, and we are doing great. We don't actually have to be there for 2 hours, so we've given ourselves 45-minute cushion, which is really great in this sort of thing because you don't know what traffic is going to be like if we run into construction or car accidents or any sort of delays. We always like to have that extra cushion when we're traveling farther away. And I'm going to do my makeup and my wig, and I'll share all that as we go. It's going to be good times. Let's get going. So we just took a break to grab some McDonald's, and as you can see, I'm in the middle of doing my makeup. I like to do my makeup on the road. I'm getting pretty good at it even though it's bumpy, and my eyebrows came out a bit big, but that's okay. So we're gonna eat along the way, and I will check in again and show you my makeup shortly. Okay, so I'm in the car. I got my makeup done. My white came out a bit smudged, but I'm gonna put some gems on there anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. And I'm at the point now where I'm gonna do my wig. Lots of people ask me for wig advice. I'm gonna make this its own video, but I'm also gonna keep it in this video for the people who like the longer stuff. The first thing I do when I'm gonna have a wig is I've got my hair under a hairnet, and if your hair is super long, like, you're gonna wanna French braid it so that it's down, okay? I like using the hairnet with the holes. I find the ones that don't have the holes are too tight on my head. Some people like to use a grip that goes around their head. It's either Velcro or silicone, and it gives the wig something else to grip onto. I get headaches if I have too much tightness around there, so I don't do that. The next thing I'm gonna do is take some isopropyl alcohol and a cotton pad, and I'm going to clean off where the wig glue is going to go, because you want the best bond that you can get with the glue, and we don't want there to be any makeup in the way or any oils in the way, because what'll happen is the glue will just bond to that and then it'll break off. It's like a barrier between your skin, okay? So I usually go right up into my hairline. If you're worried about getting glue in your hair, you can actually put some Vaseline, and I meant to do that, but I forgot to bring it this time. So you can put Vaseline on your hair so that when you actually put the glue, if you or the tape, if you get any of it accidentally on your hair, you're not going to rip your hair out. I learned that one the hard way. I'm going to flip this around.
Might be some best in the diaper.
This is a lace front wig, and the reason we like the lace is that you can glue the lace down and it blends in with your skin. I have to trim this to fit my head, and that'll take me a few minutes. I like to have wigs that have elastics that I can adjust on the inside and little clips that go into my hair. I'm white, so I look for a white style inner wig, but if you're black or brown, you're going to want one that will match your skin tone. I think most Asians can probably get away with this color mesh, but anybody else, you're probably going to want something dark, or it is going to stand out if you want that hyper realistic look. So I'm going to do the spray on my head, and I'm going to trim this while the spray dries, and then I'll show you the next steps. So you can use a variety of wig tape or wig glue. I got this on Amazon and I really like it. It is Almighty Wig Bond and it is waterproof. Now, these are contact glues, so when you put them on your skin, you actually need to give them a chance to dry. You're going to put some on your skin and some on the lace. So I'm going to put it on and let it dry while I do the trimming. And also, this particular glue is free from chemicals, fragrance, latex, formaldehyde, parabens, and sulfates, and a little goes a long way. So if you're sensitive to stuff like that, a lot of people use latex-based glues, and latex actually breaks down in the water. So you want something that's not going to break down in the water if you're going to use a glue. You might find tape a little bit easier. Sometimes I use a combination of both if it's an older wig and doesn't have a good grip to it. So we'll try this and see how it goes. I won't be able to film this part because we're in the car and I need my hands, but I will show you the after. So I've got the glue spread thinly, and normally I would have Vaseline, but I don't. I'm not too worried about getting the glue in my hair because this particular glue comes with an amazing remover that dissolves it, so I'm not too worried about that. I've got my wig all trimmed. Like I said, I tend to leave a little more lace than other people because I need the extra grip for keeping my hair steady underwater. I'm less worried about kids noticing the lace than I am about the wig coming off, so I've had that happen at gigs. So we're just giving the glue a minute to get tacky and we'll put her on. Alright, I've got the wig on and I am not concerning myself too much with how this looks because I'm going to cover it, but some people will want to glue it down differently or style it differently so that you don't see this that much. I'm actually going to be putting on my Merman Icarus circlet and it's going to cover that, so I'm not worried. I do that for extra security, but you can definitely manage it whatever way you want. Also, if you're a bit older like I am, bringing the lace down on your forehead a little bit and then pulling it back will actually pull your skin up a little bit like the way face tape works, and it gives you a bit of an arch to your brow and takes away the crow's feet a little bit. So that's just kind of like my little hack to look a little younger than 37. So I'm going to put this on, and this might be a little shaky even though I've got the stabilizer. I'm not looking at the right camera just because I've got everything here. I'm also not super worried about certain things because I'm gonna also put some seashells on here. I like these silicone ones because they're not too tight, they don't give me headaches. sparkly, seaweedy, nice necklace, my top's on. All that's left to do now is to put the tail on and get in. We're actually quite early. I don't like to do super dark lipstick for mermaid gigs because it'll come off and then you have like just like partial lipstick. The profile looks nice. No fake eyelashes today. Too much work. But I put these little rhinestones on and I find that it gives the illusion of fake eyelashes. And the wig is looking good and we're all good. Alright, so we made it to the gig. The first two mermaids are out there doing their thing. There are hundreds of kids out there. It's crazy. Our green room is the storage closet because it just makes the most sense. You don't want mermaids in the change room changing with the Republic. We used to try to do that when we first started out. We didn't know any better. So we've got all of our gear here. The girls are going to finish up their shift. Really important to be hydrated after all of this swimming, so I picked everybody up some Gatorade. Electrolytes really important. We got the towels. I've got my tail here. It's not very glamorous, but it does the job. We have a wheelchair. It's good to invest in one for yourself, and a lot of pools actually have wheelchairs on site for emergencies or just for helping people because people need them for fall prevention all the time. It's a little bit controversial in the mermaid community about using wheelchairs, but my thoughts on it is that we're using it as fall prevention, which is how a wheelchair is intended to be used. It's used as a mobility aid, but it's also used in many settings as fall prevention. When I had a baby, I could walk fine, but the hospital insisted I be in a wheelchair because of all the meds in my system, high blood pressure, stuff like that. It was fall prevention. This is the same thing. We don't want a merwrangler carrying us on a slippery deck and falling and hurting themselves and the mermaid, so fall prevention. To save room in the car, we asked if they had one for us. They did. We have our great wagon here that you've seen a few times, which is fantastic. I got this on Amazon for $100, holds it free. So I'm going to put my mermaid tail on. I'm going to narrate a bit while I'm doing it. I also wear earplugs. I put some eye drops in before I came. I wear earplugs, which makes it a bit hard to hear on the pool deck, but you do get used to it. And I need these because I get chronic ear infections. They're not good if you're going to go any deeper than like 12 feet because then you can't equalize your ears as well. There are more expensive ones that I have that I've misplaced that let you ventilate, but I don't use them for stuff like this. This pool is like a couple feet deep. I'm not going to be going under. There's way too many kids. I'm really just going to be hanging out with the kids, talking, playing, that sort of thing. So I've got my earplugs. They're silicone based. I'm using this tail for the first time in a gig. It's my extended fluke. Now it's not super extended, but like extended enough. I really like it. I'm feeling a bit insecure about my body lately. I've got this nice cape which is going to let me kind of wrap myself up if I feel like I want to. Just kind of that whole postpartum thing. So put the mermaid tail on if you've never seen someone do this before. Fabric is super easy. My feet just go in the foot pockets. The tails get dirty during this stuff. You can see I've already picked up some dust. If you're prone to blisters or your monofin doesn't fit properly or your technique isn't quite there yet, you might want to wear booties. Now for this part, you can either shimmy from the ground or you can stand up and have someone help you. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. We're just going to see. I'm glad I drank a lot of Gatorade because I can already feel the presence of a foot cramp, so I'm going to stretch a little bit. I have a bit more trouble in hydration than the others because of medication I take for my chronic illness. So I make sure that this is a bad thing, you know, little ties. Make sure those are tucked in. Make sure I haven't left any elastics on my arms. If this was a silicone tail, I would need Sean's help. You can see my other videos to see me putting on a silicone tail. So what I'll do is remove this stuff aside, and when Sean's ready, he's going to put me on the wheelchair to take me out. So I'm just going to sit and chill and get my earplugs in. I don't know if I'll use this or not. I might start with it, but it can be a bit of a problem. I think maybe I'm not going to use this to you guys. I have it back here in the room. People might think it's hers because she has one tail. There. water out. And where this is my job and I'm doing this so much, I don't want to get infections. I get chronic infections. I've got that postpartum mommy off the top. I'm a little self-conscious about it, so I like that the merch materials are high-waisted. Some people don't like it. You can always get it tailored. I do find having the fins in the front helps, because I can just kind of go like this. You should love your body. I'm working on it, you know. And I missed it, and I broke it. The joke is that I break those every time. Got my nice top. Good to go, so I'm just going to move some of this stuff out of the way for Sean, and see you on the pool deck. 2, 3, okay, take your feet like a mermaid. Good job. Thank you. Hey folks, we just finished our gig and there's Mimi in the back. She is a huge trooper. She did 4 hours straight without a break. Can you believe that? I can't believe it because I can't do it.
It was so fun. It's worth it. You ride the wave.
I don't recommend doing 4 hours without a break. It was a unique situation. So it was good. But the kids were really good. For the most part, like really good.
So good. They were so sweet and excited.
It's a rural community, and I find that the rural communities are just really awesome.
Yeah,
like
you
know, you get really good kids. So yeah, I've got some stuffed soap dissolving the glue on my head, and we both had our wigs on, and the wigs are great because then the kids don't know who we are when we get out, right? We can just take it off.
Magic.
Except she remembered to bring stuff to wash her face, and I didn't. So I put a mask on so the kids couldn't see me and everything. But how did you find it, Sean?
It was great.
That's a smart move.
I liked it.
I think that's great.
Yeah, it's good.
The mask.
Yeah, and I have my eye drops because I did have my eyes open a few times. So people ask me all the time what kind of eye drops I use. These are Systane. You can get them in a gel as well. We used to recommend Genteel, but it's not made anymore.
It's discontinued, yeah.
Yeah, it's discontinued. So I guess it had a lot of preservatives in it. So yeah. Anyway, we're gonna go get Arby's on the way home, and then we're gonna drop Mimi off, and we're gonna go get River in Dartmouth, and it's gonna be a good time.
All
so
night. Wow,
yeah.
what a day.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye.